All right, guys, welcome back to D'Angelo Unfiltered. And today we're going to continue the conversation from before about social media and AI algorithms, particularly how they steal away maybe the most important tool we have, which is our agency. So, jumping right into it here, at the core of the existence of social media algorithms and artificial intelligence is a civilizational pattern that I think needs to be addressed and monitored closely. Because before, as we spoke about the loss of agency amongst the population due to technology, there are psychological reasons for that. There are psychological traps embedded in this phenomenon. So, really think about it. How much of the modern world is focused on removing friction towards the completion of everyday tasks, increasing the speed at which we receive information, the speed at which we get things done, the speed at which we are expected to achieve our goals, and etc. We have more personalized experiences than ever before. There's a minimization of effort to coincide with a maximization of convenience. And the things we all don't realize is that the simplification and conveniency actually erodes the human way of life. Do we understand that? Because this is the danger of technology people don't talk about enough. Every action and every process in the universe has a counter effect. This is simple polarity in the universe. If humans are continuously striving to make life easier and more convenient, taking the friction points out of life, that means that we slowly become less patient, less accustomed to uncertainty, less adept at face to face interactions, less serendipity, and less living that's actually embodied. If you don't get quite what I'm saying, let's use Amazon as an example here. Just like AI and social media, services like Amazon train us to think, why endure inconvenience, ambiguity, and human messiness when a system can instantly deliver stimulation, reassurance, and a solution? On one hand, you might say, well, yes, we want to make life easier for ourselves to improve efficiency. But money often takes things to the extremes, and there is always a consequence to the changes we make in our society. It's a complex issue for sure, but the fact of the matter is that we become less human with more efficiency because our usual functions are being given away. The danger of AI, social media, and services like Amazon is that the convenience and instancy feeds into our lack of patience and also takes out the human aspects of life. Little things such as micro interactions with others. Those moments when you ask a store clerk a question, make brief eye contact, waiting in line, drawing up casual conversations with people, misunderstanding something, or misunderstanding people, but coming to a conclusion afterwards, being mildly inconvenienced in solving the problem, navigating a stranger's mood, and reading body language. All of these things seem small, but they build social confidence, patience, emotional regulation, belonging, adaptability, and relational intelligence, which is something we all thrive off of as human beings. So when technology makes us more reliant on the machine and in relation more to the machine, life may get easier, but also very dull and lifeless. We love to save time, reduce cognitive load, reduce hassles, and increase access to powerful tools, but these things often remove the conditions necessary to build capacity. And we have to ask ourselves, are we taking the easy way out as a society? Is this why the American population is less educated than other nations despite our status? Is this part of the reason that most people just go along with what they are told? Is this part of why the gap between high performers and low performers is growing larger? Weren't we always told as kids to not take the easy way out? Think about how many people think that AI and social media is going to get them rich because they've seen videos of other people doing it. And what they probably should be doing is gaining life experience through hard work and dedication to a career that pays them back. But location freedom and AI and social media and day trading and all of these different things psyop people because they want an easy way out. That's not how you achieve success. So people are perpetually stuck. But the writing's on the wall. Do warriors become warriors because training was easy? Do millionaires become millionaires because they worked 40-hour weeks? Do professional athletes make it because they relied only on natural talent? Convenience is a disease and it needs to be cast out. It teaches and programs society into believing the wrong things, especially in our youth. They might become disconnected from the reality of the world, which in turn makes it harder for them to adjust when they realize that life is, in fact, very difficult and full of trials and tribulations. And even then, you're not guaranteed to win if you know that. So, anyway, I think you get the point. Friction is developmental, it produces character, patience, essential life skills. It is curious that we are building a society that is the opposite of those tenets, though. But I think I could say that the most powerful and the most elite probably don't want a population of battle tested people who can think and operate for themselves. The system wants more people to rely on the system. It's that simple. So maybe think about all of the ways that you rely on the system of convenience that we have in America. Let's go back to Amazon because I think there are downstream effects of this on a societal level. When Amazon, for example, changes shopping forever with their business model, people feel good. People say, I want it now. Why should this take more than 2 days? Why should I even go to a store? Why should I even talk to anyone? And once these expectations spread, it seeps into other aspects of society. This same type of mindset is reflected today in dating, friendships, entertainment, learning, work life, self development, and even spirituality. It's this sense of entitlement and restlessness that is honestly quite troubling to think about. There's no patience, no contentment, less appreciation for just the simple things in life, and it erodes the psychology of society. People start expecting life to behave like a one click interface. One click and boom, I get what I want. It's delusional. And this is where disappointment and loneliness start to deepen because real life is complex and requires effort. So, if we take all of this and we go even further about the dangers of AI, social media, and online platforms, we can say that it is really deconditioning people from reality's natural pace. And if that doesn't sound dangerous to you, I don't know if you get it. Because for me, when you decondition the population from reality's actual pace, you can distort reason and take control of the minds of the people. People think that technology is this liberating and source of freedom from control, but it's actually just another engine of control. It might be the most powerful medium for population control that we've ever seen in history. So it's time to rethink our association with these tools. One of the greatest films of all time is Wall-E, and that movie came out during a time where technology was just coming into focus in society, but still so far from where we have come to today. In the movie, if you've seen it, you see humans kind of floating around in their chairs, watching TV, eating food, and being absolutely degenerate. Many of the humans are fat and completely distracted in the movie. Unlike what most people think, the warning in that movie wasn't about robots taking over or even about technology replacing humans. It was about humans becoming passive, addicted to comfort, and totally disconnected from their own capacities. No movement, no effort, no sustained attention, no direct contact, no curiosity, no agency. That's the danger. So we have to be careful. This is dehumanization through convenience. So when people rant about how scared they are of AI and what AI is going to do to society, maybe at least don't be part of the issue yourself. As technology grows and becomes ever present, we will need more people to speak out about what it means to be human and to make sure we stay connected to that humanness that we have. We can't have a society where everything is done for us, shown to us in a specific way, delivered to us in a specific way, and even felt for us preemptively. So when you ask AI a question or you scroll through social media, ask yourself, how am I growing my capacity to think here? Ask yourself, how am I outsourcing my capability here? How am I outsourcing my own inner knowing? Most people now don't trust their own perception because they are constantly stimulated. It creates a disconnect from self and a hesitancy when making decisions. It's not that we lose perception and instinct, it's just that we become less practiced at holding confidence in them. We often want to check our phones, ask, scroll, and compare before we can trust our own thoughts. So make sure to reflect on your own knowledge and vision of the world more. Use your instincts to guide you more. Recognize your own patterns. Don't always outsource your understanding and capability in the world. Trust your perception enough to investigate it. Don't just listen to what you're told. Don't just go for what's the most convenient. And challenge yourself to deal with life head on. Without extra stimulation, without constant social media, without constant problem solving with AI, without constant low grade disconnection. Make sure to stay connected to your human faculties and your inner strength. Remember that the source of our strength is from experience and tribulations. It's friction and relations with others. So I hope this was eye-opening for you, and if you can at least see through some of the manipulation that technology is capable of at this point, then I don't know how you'll ever figure it out. But if you found this helpful, like and subscribe for more unfiltered videos. We'll continue to talk about society in the way that it's supposed to be talked about, and I would appreciate your support. But until next time, folks, have a good one and mull this one over. Thanks for watching.